Alrighty, college football dynasty lovers and potentially Toledo Rockets fans, thank you for tuning into the season 3 movie here. As you can see, we're loading into the Ohio State Week 1 game already, so I won't go on for too long, so we can get to that. But I forgot to record a dedicated intro, so here's that. Let's get into it. Go Rockets! We're starting out on offense here against the Buckeyes. Number 2 team in the country, number 1 stadium pulse. This is, a test Toledo hasn't really had before, and that first play doesn't go too well. As you can see, we get manhandled up front, but we get a face mask, which is a gift on the first play of the game. You'll love to see that. Get down to midfield-ish on a short or a third and short here. On a great spacing concept here to convert and get just past midfield. And get another 15-yard or so gain here on second down to get us darn near in the red zone. So far a great first drive for the Rockets here. We dish it out to Corey Smith out the backfield. They run man-to-man. Corey Smith's too fast for the linebacker. Now down in the red zone. Great play, great step up, great throw. Now we're on the goal line. We got 3rd and inches. Our guy, Corey Smith, that's a gap he could fit an 18-year-old truck through. So 7-0 Toledo Rockets. You'll love to see that against the number 2 country on the road. What a great first drive to start the season here. Now, even better, what's that, the first play on defense? Yeah, the first play on defense, we get a pick, turn it over, right back in the red zone on offense, literally minutes after our first touchdown there. We got a great little RPO concept to get down to the 19-ish yard line, but after a couple bad plays, we got 3rd and long in the red zone. However, we get a great throw, great catch. Now we got 4th and short. We're gonna go for this. We're gonna lay our nuts out on the table against the number 2 team here. And again, just a great concept, a great throw, perfect catch. Now we got Robert Calvin down on the goal line on 3rd and goal. He's able to muscle right up the gut there for the touchdown. We got a 14-0 lead with the Toledo Rockets. So, again, what a great start to our season. They go for it on 4th and short. We get the stop. So, defense is really showing up here and letting offense do their work off of them. And, right before halftime, we got 14-0 down in the red zone. Can't really ask for a better start than this. We're going to slightly roll out, go back to the backside, hit that comeback. Now, again, we are on the goal line. Not Corey Smith, but our backup running back is going to run right up the gut, get us a 3-touchdown lead. But as you see here with 40 seconds left, we got Ohio State with the ball back, looking to score. We almost get a pick there, but it is what it is. We have another great play by a DB, almost getting another pick. I just wish our guys could catch it rather than just, batting it all over the place. But that being said, we get a gift handed to us on that 3rd down with a drop in the end zone, and that leads to a 21-3 lead for the Toledo Rockets here at Ohio State. You can't ask for a better first half of the season than that, right? So coming out on defense now in the half, we got 3rd and inches. They're an empty. You already know we're sending the house. They tossed that one up. I thought we got Moss there. It sure looked like it, but we got to stop and a punt there. Now we're back on offense. Now this is a crazy play call by the defense. As you can see, number 60, about 300 pounds, comes up with the pick there. Didn't even see him. He dropped back from the defensive tackle and picked us off. That's a crazy play. And you'll see here shortly going forward, that's kind of like the big momentum shift of the game. It doesn't get a whole lot better from there, but yeah, just shortly after they're down in the goal line already. They're going to run it up the gut, stiff arm the guy, get off of me. Now that leads to only an 11-point lead for us rather than 18. Robert Calvin's cold, obviously, from throwing a pick to a guy with the number 60 jersey, but we just got to keep pounding that rock, whether it's Corey Smith or our backup here. That's going to be our early down game plan and kind of how we've won games for as long as we've been here with Toledo, is running the rock. So that's our guy, Corey Smith, getting us down to the red zone and eventually the goal line. We got 4th and inches We're going to trust our guy Robert Calvin again to try to get us the first, and we're short though, so it worked earlier for the touchdown. We can't get it there for the first down. Now we're back on defense. They're running it on 4th and 2 at their own 20-something yard line, and they're able to get it ballsy by Ryan Day. Now on 4th and 10, they're going to go for it again and get a moss ball to win it. Or, sorry, get the first down. That's that same play I believe we picked off on the first play on defense of the game. But they get it there. However, we're getting good pass rush. We've got 2nd and very long. You love to see it. Defense is playing amazing. We drive on that curl route, just miss it. However, we still force a field goal. That'll keep us an 8-point lead, which is great to have in this situation with, what, 4 minutes? Yeah, 3 minutes left there, as you can see. We're just going to try to keep pounding the rock there with Corey Smith. Look at that. You can't teach that. That's what he's been doing for many years with us. All the way down to the 1, cut just short of the goal line. However, now we can waste a little more clock for them. Of course, they get the injury timeout. But, yeah, Robert Calvin is going to go right up the gut. Now we got a 2-score lead. You'll love to see it. So, defense back on field. And as our pass rush played great earlier, not quite as well there. However, we're going to force a pick right into our guys' hands. Ohio State quarterback threw it right to him. And now we can just kind of waste away the clock here with Corey Smith, which was the plan. However, we have a great cut up field. Score the touchdown. We got a big lead here now against Ohio State in week 1. They're on the goal line going empty. And check that out. What a play. We get a pick. That's going to be the game against Ohio State. So to start the season on the road against number 2 and beat them by what? 23 is that? I'm terrible at math. 22 points. You know, over 3 scores. That's amazing. So we love to see it. What a game by Corey Smith and the defense, really. The defense is kind of what won this one. As you'll see, really this whole season we've been like very inconsistent with our defense. We've had some games where they win it on their own. And then others you'll see, I'm foreshadowing, going later against some pretty bummy teams. We lose because of our defense. So that's that. Great start against Ohio State. As you can see here in the recap, everybody except one guy in the Dynasty wins their week 1 games against powerhouse teams. So now we can step into our first home game now. Again, I do all my voiceovers, almost all of them after the fact, so I can't even remember who this one is, but must be our conference game or something if we're back at home compared to a powerhouse on the road. But yeah, we got a packed one here in the Glass Bowl in Toledo, the Glass City of Ohio. Sac State, there we go, the new MAC team, although not so new now that we're in season 3, but Sac State's always been kind of sneaky in our dynasty. They always have a really good running back somehow. But yeah, we're going to go ahead in our first conference game here and try to pick up one against Sac State. So we love to start on offense here with our man Corey Smith. We're pounding the rock. First play of the game, touchdown. I feel like that guy does this more than anybody I've ever seen. His first play touchdown, so you love to see it. And you got a really good running back in the MAC. That's going to happen sometimes. We got 3rd and inches. Back at their 25. We're going to stop them short and able to get our ball back on offense. Defense showing up early. Love to see it. Stepping up with Robert Calvin. Hit a great throw across his body. Down to the goal line here now for our offense. And you already know the game plan here, right? Give it to Smith. I'm sorry, that's the backup. But either way, we got a 2-score lead. And we're forcing another punt. Now, anytime I have a punt recorded in the video, it's for good reason. So, yeah, we're going to cut this up, make a couple guys miss, make the punter miss. We've got a punt return touchdown in our second game of the season. Love to see it. Love to see it. So, yeah, just like that, before the first quarter's even over, we've got a 3-score lead. So, I get my ankles broken there by the tight end, as you can see. However, their quarterback's going to roll out, take it himself. We're going to whoop him, get the fumble, pick it up. A few plays later lead us into a field goal that we end up missing. So, you know, it's not the biggest deal, 24-21, or 21 rather than 24. But great first quarter by the Toledo Rockets. We're up 3 scores, and yeah, let's get back into this one. We got a 3rd and long for Sac State. They're going to check it down underneath and give us that ball back on a 4th down punt. We're backed up in our own goal line here. We hit a great seam ball there to our tight end. Fast forward a few plays later into midfield. Great throw on the run. Perfect catch meter. We're down in the red zone. Almost break it there for a touchdown, but yeah, we like this little spacing concept here in the red zone or goal line because a lot of times that backside safety will be playing number 3 on the bunch, who just releases quick to the flat, gets us a nice and easy touchdown. So we've got 28-0 just before halftime. We're on kickoff. We force another fumble. We're able to pick it up, get that guy's 2nd special teams touchdown of the day, 1 on a return, 1 on a fumble recovery. So we got 35-0 here, Toledo. Some great special teams plays, some great defensive plays, just like you see there, with a sack to end the first half. So 35-0 at half. We're coming out back on defense. Just a great play. We miss that one by literally a hair. At least to a touchdown rather than a pick. So game of inches, we lose that one there. Great play by their Mike now. You know, it is what it is. Sometimes the CPU mics play like Luke Kuechly. That's that. So anyway, they take it down to their goal line now, and within about 4 minutes, the 35-point lead is cut down to 21. However, again, it's not the end of the world. That's that, and we throw another pick on what I thought was a cover 2 hole shot. Their corner carried it longer than I thought, and the bullet pass is just going to get thrown right to the corner. So that's that. However, pass rush is playing great again. Force a sack on 3rd and 10. Get our ball back. We're down back into the red zone here. We got a great route ran there by, who is that? Yep, that's Braceful, our number 1 receiver. And that's going to extend our lead to 21. So before I can even finish my sentence, we got another touchdown by Corey Smith. Even larger lead here against Sac State in our first conference game. I forget exactly what happened in between here, but within about 20 seconds, we've got the ball back again. Get another touchdown. So, yeah, great.
What's up, everybody? We're here giving a quick recap of kind of how this season's gone so far. As you can see, we're 4-0. Toledo's number 21 in the country, 4-0. Let's take a look back at our schedule here and how we've done. 35-13 at Ohio State, at the Shoe, on the road. I believe that gameplay is recorded. You'll be seeing it anyway, but that's crazy. Sacramento State, another ass whooping. At Missouri, double overtime W on the road. That was huge, bring us to 3-0. And then, smoking UMass in our 2nd conference game there. And now we got a user game at Eastern Michigan. As you can see, compared to the last 2 seasons where we had every single user, 3 user games a year, we only have 1 this year. That was scheduled by the computer that I can't change as commissioner because you can't change conference schedules. So this is huge. I mean, we have a chance to go undefeated not only in conference but on the season. We can knock off this user. I mean, our hardest game the rest of the season will be, who even knows out of these guys? I don't think it's UConn. Miami University gave us trouble last year. They're 4-0. But anyway, we got to knock off this user game here. And yeah, we're looking good. I don't know if I had speaking about this before, but we are going to now is I basically pulled the heist of the century in the transfer portal for Mr. Corey Smith here, right? Our guy who's been basically our entire offense past 2 seasons. He wanted to leave because he was expecting 300 NIL. At a school like ours, as you can see with the 700 NIL budget, not ideal. So we had to let him walk in the portal. However, nobody went after him. We were able to get him back for a fraction of the cost at 125 NIL. He was number 1 on the other user, Eastern Michigan's squad, but we got him. Nobody wanted him, so we got him back. So he's back. Our offense is looking great. As you can see, we're 74 overall compared to what we have been. And yeah, that's going to be all from me, and we're kind of just going to dive right into this gameplay here in the user game at Eastern Michigan. Let's do it.
So as you saw there, I want to take some time to address that now at the ending of that last game compared to the little bit of dialogue we had there about our season. I ended up recording that, piece during, which is why there was already voiceover that kind of cut off my previous voiceover of the game before that. I usually only ever voice over after the fact. I record everything, but in this Season 3 movie, there was some moments where I voiced during to kind of save some time on the back end that I'm doing right now. So that's why that was cut off awkwardly. However, we got our first user game here against Eastern Michigan. We're in Eastern Michigan on the gray turf. This is a great, I believe, ranked matchup. Yeah, 21 against number 14. So we have yet to beat Eastern Michigan, I believe, in our Dynasty. And yeah, we're starting the game off on defense. A lot of missed tackles. That's a big play for Eastern. No bueno. I remember from last season, I believe it was last season, where they dominated us on the ground. However, in their red zone, we get a nice pick on third down. It's huge. Anytime you're in a user game, to take away offensive possessions from the other user is huge. So it's a great start to this game. Now we're back. Now we're on offense here. Able to deliver a little zig route. Get some rack. We're down to midfield now. First and 10, we're trying to start doing a little bit more RPO action on this squad, so that's what you see there. The RPOs are great in this game. I've been wanting to use them because I've really never used them in this game, so yeah. Third and medium, we're going to try a little same side zone to either line us up for a good field goal or get us a first down. However, as you can see, we get the first one being a field goal, so overall not bad. Like I said, we took away a possession from their offense, so to get any points out of that is a plus. We run a QB spy. He just outspeeds our spy. Not much I can do there. So yeah, we just got to take that one on the chin and keep going. Crazy run there by Eastern. That makes it a 7-3 game now, where we're down compared to what we had beforehand. But yeah, on their great man coverage, we're able to step up in the pocket and deliver a shot for a first down. Every time I play this user at Eastern Michigan, they have great man coverage, as you'll see many times in this game. Hence, right there. So we run a comeback. I forget exactly what their leverage was, but I like to come back into any man coverage, and he takes that all the way to the house. So again, within a matter of minutes, I feel like I said that a lot, within a matter of minutes. We're a very up and down team, I guess, but yeah, within a matter of minutes, we are down 14. Anyway, he's playing very aggressively on the short routes and zones, so we're able to throw it right over top of him like we did earlier. We got more man coverage. What a throw, and what an even better catch there to get us the first down. And I remember this play, recording this weeks after the fact, but wide open touchdown. We had him fooled in the play action, and we just couldn't get the ball out of there enough. Yeah, not much else to say. Wish I could have had that one back, but going forward, we see more man coverage in the smash concept. Overthrown, another one you want to have back. I'm running a pocket passer, and I can't, get these passes out. We run pocket passers for more accuracy. Can't get it done, so it is what it is. We have another great concept. That's 3 plays in a row I wish I could have had back with different outcomes, but regardless, on third down, we're going to make a great seam shot down to the goal line here. And going right to our speed option with our pocket passer. Yep, you heard it. Speed option with pocket passer. But we get it to Corey Smith. That's a touchdown. But right before half, they get all the way down to the goal line. They run their own RPO to beat our man coverage. That should be beating RPOs. It is what it is, It is what it is. I even moved my guy over top of number 3 on the backside to be able to play that if need be. and we can't get it done. So whatever. But first play coming out of half, we're giving it to Corey Smith. Huge run there. He gets a lot of those, you know. And after that, we're going to try to get a shot over top. And we have it. Just step up right into the pressure rather than what I thought was open space to be able to deliver that throw. That's the end of that. But in second and long, we get a big play, a big rack here from the tight end, I should say, for the first down. And we like this play here against a lot of man coverage, which is what this guy runs a lot. So Corey Smith's going to get over top the defense for a receiving touchdown now. I mean, what can't the guy do, you know? So we're going to go for 2 to try to make this a field goal game rather than a 4-point game. A little spacing concept. I've talked about it before. We love it. We get that down there to make it a field goal game, just trailing from behind. So we got third and long now. We're going cover 1 robber with a QB spy. We're going to outside commit because we have a robber in the middle. And regardless of the outside commit, he gets the throw, you know, outside of where the guy was lined up. So they've got 4th and inches. They're going for it. They get it. So not only do they get it, they switch on the wrong guy and dive. They're going to run all the way down. So the past few minutes, we've had a lot of ones we wish we could have had back or have gone the other way for us. You know, such as the outside commit being completed on the outside routes or missed wide open throws at the pocket passer, and it's just not ideal this game, you know. So, but we're doing what we can. Yeah, we're going to that same smash concept here in the high red zone that we saw last time. They play the smash right, but where they get a post over the middle. So another one, we're down by a field goal on another drive here. And they're pounding the rock. Great run defense there by our guys, forcing the TFL to force a 3rd and medium here where we can fake the pressure. However, they're going to draw, you know, play limbo with a couple of guys going to some arms. First down. So I feel like my guys are in a lot of spots to make plays to win me the game. Even there, like there was guys there, you know what I mean? But my guys aren't getting it done. So it's really sad in these user games, you know, where you got spots to make plays and you can't get it done. But we get it done there. That's Corey Smith over the top, you know. So now we get down into the high red zone here, and Corey Smith's going to do a little toe tap, make the guy miss, and touchdown. So that was kind of one where my opponent, you know, could have had it go his way, but it went my way that time. So regardless, we switch on to the wrong guy again there on defense and dive. Missed tackle, you know. It is what it is. A couple bad moments and a couple few plays. Anytime you're in a game where you can say, you know, for 10 different plays, if just one of them goes your way, it's a completely different ball game. It sucked.
Alrighty, welcome back all. We're just past about the mid-season point here. You know, in week 9, a little bit, you know, past the midpoint, but we'll just do a quick recap of the first half of the season has gone. We sit at 6-1, number 19 in the country, as you can see in the top left there. But yeah, we're having a great season. I feel the best about my team I've felt in a while, which usually comes, you know, a few years into a dynasty. But as you can see here, some other teams in the dynasty. We got, we got number 12 in the country, Eastern Michigan. Western Michigan, unranked, but doing pretty good. We'll see in the conference standings, I believe. And then Bowling Green at 10 in the country, you know, our rival in the battle of I-75, I believe it is. But, yeah, we'll check out the conference standings, see how the conference is looking as a whole. And just like, you know, we said with us 3 ranked squads, we got 10, 12, and 19 sitting at the top 3 in the conference. But we have one conference loss that came to Eastern Michigan, as you saw, that crazy close game. And then there's Western Michigan sitting at 3-1 in conference. We are at 4-1. But yeah, it's going to be a tight race for the conference chip, or the conference championship game, I should say, because Eastern Michigan and Bowling Green have yet to play each other. And obviously they're both undefeated in conference and, likely will be in those CPU conference games. As you can see from our squads, like, we're higher overalls than, the rest of the map. But, yeah, so we're really kind of fighting for a spot in that conference chip, and it all depends on what happens in that Bowling Green Eastern Michigan game. And then, of course, there's Western Michigan sitting at 3-1. So if they win out as well, like, it's going to be a crazy way as to how the conference works out. One curveball for me is that obviously we lost to Eastern Michigan, who, let's say they lose to Bowling Green, they have the head-to-head over us. They'd, likely take the conference title game with Bowling Green then, barring any CPU losses from any squad. So, but yeah, we're looking the best we've looked in a while here. Let's look at Heisman Watch. I believe Corey Smith is still up in there yet. Number 4, as you know, the one we got for a killer deal in the transfer portal after he left our school. We got him back for like a third of the price he was asking for in order to stay, so that was huge. But we'll check out our AD expectations. Sign at least 5 3-star recruits by signing day. We got 4. We'll take a look at recruiting in a sec here, but we're not going to meet the turnover margin one. Definitely not. I mean, we're at a +4. We need a -5 by the end of the season, so that's going to really hit our job security. And then a weird one is beating Temple. It's a random out-of-conference group of 5 school I scheduled, and my AD wants me to beat Temple. Weird. Doesn't make sense. He didn't care for beating Ohio State. He didn't care for anything else but Temple. So that's that. And yeah, we'll check out our recruiting now. We have, I believe, 4 players to sign thus far. 4 players for 30 NIL. What I really am proud of is how we're managing our NIL in recruiting. As you can see, like Bowling Green, Western Michigan, spending $120, $135 on their players. I mean, I don't know how he's got 8 3-stars ready. That's crazy. But I also know his coach is a recruiting archetype, while we are a tactician. But yeah, here's our hard commits we got so far. A couple 3-star gems. We got Gene McLaughlin, the center. We got PJ Huntley. I mean, he's not a gem, but this was a crazy dogfight for him, solely because he has 94 speed. I mean, the rest of the stats are not good, but at these small schools, like, you can't buy speed. I mean, for any recruit, you can't buy speed. You know what I mean? You can't teach that. So we were able to snag him up in the close recruiting battle between, me, Bowling Green, and Eastern Michigan. We were all going after him. It was crazy, but we got him there. We got Josh Lipton, an athlete lurker. He's going to be a great outside backer for us in our scheme and pass coverage. We got Avery Gaudette, who's a great signal calling Mike, which is what I want at the mic, if not a thumper. So it's going to be great. We got them. Alonzo Lemons is going to be our 5th 3-star to meet our 80 expectation. He's almost signed. I got 10 hours in him. I mean, nobody else is going after him, so we don't need to do any more than that. But we're also going after Luis Hart, 3-star gem Mike signal caller as well, just like that 3-star Mike signal caller we just signed. But it's going to be a fight versus Colorado State for him. And yeah, that's really all, like, the big points. I mean, Damian Miles here, we just recently learned about and started going after him. He's a 3-star edge setter, 3-star gem. And yeah, we'll just kind of keep going on with recruiting here. I need to get some recruiting abilities because I cannot be spending 50 hours to recruit every defensive position. I'm a little quicker on offensive positions because I believe it's my OC, has good recruiting at her skills unlocked for, like, spending less hours to recruit them. But yeah, we're kind of gonna keep going at these 3-stars that we can find that have low NIL expectations, or I mean, we don't need a fullback to get him. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do some more recruiting before I get back with our Ball State game. So we will see you then.
So I'm going to go ahead and say, while this, intro for this Ball State game goes on, I did voice the game itself, like, during recording. So that's, there might be some points a little bit off where I edited to cut out things like losing myself mid-sentence, whatever. But I'm recording this piece after the fact to let you know that during this game I recorded it during, so tried to save me some time there. We'll see how it ends up playing out. I'm not sure, so yeah, enjoy this game at the mid-season point. To add to what I just said beforehand in the intro about recording my voice during this game, I just noticed now watching it back that my voice is very quiet, so sorry in advance, but yeah, bear with me here.
I'm in the worst spot ever, third and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running, so nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a third down opportunity that's in.
Playmaker the wrong guy. I'm supposed to play nickel tight end. It might be a it's offensive pass interference. I'm the guy taking the play action handoff. You know, you always see that in football, right? That would have went in from 65, so defense on that left side there. That slot player, but
he's looking downfield to throw, and here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Slid my line to the left because that's they were strong.
25-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Fires to the right.
Thank you.
Fires a bullet. It's picked off.
But he has just not been able to ever find a rhythm, and this defense is making it really hard on him, forcing that one to fall in.
Intercepted, a first-half turnover.
Over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal
that's
team.
Truly going in from 60. From the 37, what is that, a 54-yarder?
First half in the books, time now to
Guys
join
at Ball
Kevin
State.
Connors in our halftime update.
Men, week 9,
I don't know, man,
go
but
time. So let's get
we're down
to
13. We haven't put up a point,
notable
so
update from the world of
I can't really
college
blame it
football.
on that.
We
We're doing
begin
nothing
with the
on offense,
Ole Miss
so
Rebels taking
wow,
on the number
almost
1 team,
smokes
the
number 1
Oklahoma
Oklahoma.
Sooners.
CA
And
Ole
it's
Miss.
Ole Miss coming
number
away
one
with a
coming up soon here.
blowout victory in what looks like a major.
Man,
Wait
it
just
really
a minute,
does.
guys. The offense looks as
It
if they're
really
going
pisses me
for
off.
it in their own end. On fourth down, going to the air.
But
He's
you
got
get an
enough,
amazing
and they
contested
roll
catch there on
the
fourth
dice
down
on
for the
fourth down, and
139.
they
I
keep the
should not
drive
have done
alive.
that, going for it, but
The
just the
definition
anger
of
from the
four-down
previous play wanted to get it
territory has
back.
changed over the last few years. It extended into their own
They're moving.
territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere.
Running
Just
back
look at
with
the card,
gas.
right? That card's supposed
Bent
to tell
over,
us what to do. But maybe I'll go for it
finding
anyways.
way.
This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about.
Continuing.
Our defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in second and guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing.
Makes a grab and room to run. And he on first and goal. This time he wants to throw. Into the end zone.
Get it out.
Touchdown Rockets.
Crazy catch.
Quick strike through the air for the score.
That
This game will officially be in the books shortly. Gives us a minute to check out the top 12 and the scoreboard and see how those. Rides to back and leaves it.
great play by the corner, getting the fit.
Gets nothing.
But, wow, they're going for it.
It'll be fourth
They're
down.
actually going for it.
Whistle blows to stop
This
the
right
clock
here is
as
a
they
huge
check on an
play.
injured Cardinal on the play. They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking
fine.
deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on fourth down. Here's an interception.
play.
Oh, did they need that turnover?
Oh my gosh, no way. No way he goes the distance. David Harris with 5-yard pick six. David Harris in crunch time. That's huge. We got a tie game. 103-yard pick six. David Harris. The slot nickel corner on cover 6. Takes the fade route away.
And he takes it all the way back. Forget flipping
We
the
got
field.
pressure.
How
We
about
got
scoring
coverage.
a touchdown?
That's awesome. Make a couple guys miss. Awesome. Rockets have hope this game. You got to put this through and go up a point here.
Give them the lead.
The Rockets have the lead thanks to the defense this entire game, and those 7 points are on the defense. You love to see it. Wow, that's exceptional. That's exceptional play by that corner, David Harris.
And it'll be by being disciplined by this defense. Like understanding, I'm trying to rush the passer, probably a passing situation type of a deal, but doing it with some discipline. They try to sneak the screen in. They were ready for it.
That
Nice
is
job
great.
by this
Lord knows
defense.
why they went play action
And a
there,
good
but
job of coverage
ooh,
by that
that's
defense, just a
an
short
accident.
pickup.
Lord knows why they went play
Yeah,
action
that's one
there,
of those where you
but
just look at the
when you
coverage,
send the house, you love to
down
see
the
play
field,
action.
taking away all the options,
Especially
making
on
sure
like a
you don't
deep
throw that ball
pass like that,
downfield
where
to
they
get
need
the
a lot of
first
yards
down.
for the first.
The only option, check it to the running back. Now I close that
Anyway,
space.
we got the ball
Nice job
back.
tackling.
We need to control this ball
Wants to
and get
bring
any
it
points
back.
we can. Are we going to get 6 here? We're going to get 6 on the punt return. Noah Sanders, he's got like 4 or 5 return touchdowns in the year. He's got to win the Jet Award. I mean, special teams and defense. Special teams and defense has got us on top of this game.
Exactly how you close out games, David. Defense get
As I say that, the CPU blocks the PAT. You know what I mean? Like, what can I do about that as a player? You know? It's just sometimes you feel like EA just has their will and does whatever they please in some of these CPU games, just to spice it up, it feels like. So instead of being up by 8, which is nice, we are up by 7. Which kind of changes things if they end up scoring. But cover 4, great on RPOs for the most part if the guys do their jobs, and they did there. So we're able to stop them for just a yard there.
What he's missing, they want to get some confidence built back up in this quarterback.
value to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver
ran
screen
man,
to
which is
only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
Here's the pressure. Nice
That's huge.
tackle there. This free
I need
safety
to
coming in like a
use
heat-seeking missile and stopping
spies
him a
more when we
yard
go
short of
man,
the
and
first
stuff
down.
like that happens. But
And the Cardinals will
we
punt
outside
away on
commit and
fourth
they ran
down.
smash, so you
might
can't
be
draw that
afraid
up
to kick it
any
to him
better,
there
play
after the
calling
first punt
wise.
was taken back to the house.
Pads, running through him, and guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay
He runs a
dividends.
Spencer Jones route. I saw the
You gotta be
backside safety
careful if
come
you're the
down and leave
quarterback.
that
Third
open.
down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense.
He ran a
That
TV
time
show
they
route, you
played
know what I mean?
zone. He tried to force
Extremely
that
slow.
football into a
Cut
real
terribly.
tiny window. He's
Now
lucky
we're
that
forced
one
into a
wasn't
punt.
picked off.
It's an awful punt as well. The CPU punters,
He's
nuke
got
them,
great speed.
and then we kick
The
that.
solid return there offsets some of the punt
again,
yardage and really sets up
What's
this offense
fair
nicely.
about that?
The Ball State offense ready to start this drive. The eyes now
Here we
turn
are.
to the defense to see whether
We're
they
gonna
can
control the
keep
flat
this
play
lead
here because they're
intact late in the
unbalanced
fourth.
to the boundary. And we're able to
Nowhere to go on
force
that
the
one.
ball
They'll
there,
bring
keep
up
it
second
inside, and make a
10.
great play. Which way we're going
huge
palms.
third
We're
down.
going to try to stop them slots going out.
From the gun, wants to pass. He's got the back in the middle. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the
And this
first
is an
down.
even bigger play.
And this offense
Doesn't
just
matter what play I
hasn't
pick
found
here,
a way
it's
to
gonna
kind
go
of
to the
open it
warning,
up.
but
Like they haven't found those
we got 4th and 3,
explosive plays. It feels
midfield.
like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And he got it! And they'll push that lead out a little.
So I didn't voice over the last, couple minutes of this game, so I'm doing that now. Kind of just going about how the game went. Yeah, you saw how that game went. It's a little roller coaster, right? not good to begin. The first half was, what, I think 10 or 13-0, but we picked it up. You know, we scored 16 in the fourth quarter to end up winning it. So, crazy game. You saw David Harris do his thing on defense. 103-yard pick six, so that's huge. Just overall defensive W here with our defense getting us the win, obviously. Our offense kind of didn't show up, so it is what it is. A win's a win.
And you start to build that mental toughness when you start to...
So I wanted to drop in here quick after my game, as I wasn't originally recording. I just lost to UConn. UConn, 56-42. Their quarterback threw 400 yards on, 84% completions. Of course, the CPU quarterbacks don't miss throws. 21 for 25 on pass attempts. Who's that one receiver? Number 4? No, where is he? Number 49. Frickin' caught moss balls left and right. This guy had 5 catches for 133. This was ridiculous, man. This was ridiculous. My defense was not doing their job. We were double teaming guys in man coverage instead of playing our guy. It's just silly, man. It's silly. Thankfully, this isn't a conference game. So if there's any positive out of this crap, it's that. But this game was horrendous to watch and be a part of. Like, UConn had, got what they wanted at will. It was one of those games where EA's like, yeah, you're not having this one. You know what I mean. If you play the game, you know what I'm talking about. From the start, EA's like, nope, not this time, buddy. So that's that. We lost to UConn. We got, what do we have left this season? Got Miami, Temple, and Buffalo. So we need to beat Miami and beat Buffalo in conference, and then, gosh, hope that Eastern Michigan. Well, let me look at these conference standings. We gotta hope that. Honestly, I don't know if there's a way I can get in the conference chip. I mean, if Eastern Michigan loses to Bowling Green, then it would be likely Bowling Green and Eastern Michigan still, because Eastern Michigan beat me 1-on-1. So, unless, either of those games... sorry, at least if any of those user games drop a CPU conference game. But I don't know the odds of that happening. I just lost to UConn, so I guess it could happen. But UConn's a 64. They dropped 56 on me, dude. It was so, at will. And if you play the game, you know what I'm talking about. And I know I'm not crazy because I've, just, it feels different than all the other games, you know what I mean? If you know, you know. But that's that.
All right. We're back in here now. We got a game against Miami, Ohio, in the latter half of the season here, in the MAC conference. So can't even remember how this one goes, so I'm just excited as you guys to learn how it goes, as I'm recording this weeks after the fact, where it was recorded. So yeah, let's do it. Go Rockets. All right, we're starting on offense. Like I've said before, we love to do it, and we got Corey Smith. Huge, 20-yard run to start the game. So, yeah, we're at midfield now. We love to run our play-action shots here. We're tossing it up. We just barely miss it. Bad catch middle, but it looked like a great effort by Braceful there. But anyway, defensive pass interference. So, we'll take the free 15 and the first down. Now we're going to run a little play action off of our run game that was set up earlier. Great playmaker upfield, tight end. Robert Calvin delivers a strike. Now Robert Calvin's going to get us into the end zone on the quarterback jet power. So 7-0 Rockets. Love to see it. We got our defense back on the field. That defense who just a few minutes earlier in this video essentially won us the game against Ball State. And then just shortly after, lost us the game against UConn with a 56-point let up to them. So there you can see not so good on the defensive side. We run cover 0. Our guys banjoed and switched. However, Miyazuki didn't catch on to that. So he's left completely wide open, screaming downfield. But we do what we can, and what we can do now is go on. So great play there to start the offensive series, and just afterwards an even better play to get us down into the high red zone here on the tight end streak. But I missed this throw, didn't place it very well at all. I actually threw it late as well, kind of a full shot from the slot on the play action there. But instead we get a pick, but our defense gets a nice play defensively, and we're getting pass rush to force a now long third down. We got 3rd and 11, so those are weird noises from the cat. We're gonna have to check that out. Oh yeah, scoop and score there on defense. Let's go. Defense is making plays, especially that drive. That was an ass whooping by our defense. So we're gonna go check out what my cat's doing in the box over there. Yeah, we found out he was just being a goofball, scratching up the box. It's whatever. It's a cardboard box we got from him, big old one, and he loves it. So we're back on offense now. Corey Smith's gonna cut up the little toss play, hurdle a man. Corey Smith, half man, half amazing. We love that guy to death. So we get down to the red zone now at his hand. We got 3rd and long. We're going to step up in the pocket, be patient, hit a great throw, however, not so good catch meter. That's going to be a PBU compared to a first down on the goal line, and we're forced for 3 instead of 6 because of it. But, again, we do what we can. It is what it is. 3rd and long for them now. They're going to toss it deep. We're going to get a PBU, let it muffle around a couple guys' hands, whatever. It's 3rd down, not a big deal. We get it anyway. 3rd down on our own side here on offense. We're going to dish out to Mr. Smith, get him upfield. Now, great levels concepts there from trips. Now we're in the high, well, not quite the red zone, high red zone here with our offense. But now in the red zone after a great tight end seam ball. So feeding our guy on 1st and 10, hurdles another man down to the goal line right before half. We're going to try to punch this one in here.
The defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you.
So we're going to go a little flood concept here on 4th and goal. However, we don't get time to let the concept develop. And we get a throw out of sack into a pick from Miami. So we're back on defense now, and the goal is just to stop them from getting any more points before half. In a spot where we could have had points, and we got a crazy throw by their quarterback into the cover 6 that I feel like shouldn't happen in that, like the corner from the trip side in cover 6. Like, yeah, our quarter player didn't play very well, but is what it is. They're out of timeout, so they're forced to go no huddle here as they're just short of the 1st down. That would have stopped their clock, and we just kind of got to play conservative and not let up a touchdown here to where we don't. So not too shabby. We shook off the pick we threw before half and just kind of stopped them from getting any more points off of it. So not too shabby. We got a 10-point lead here at half against Miami. Yeah, so we're coming out of half here now on defense. I read that run play great. I'm in the backfield to force a 3rd and long, to where we can then send the house and grab them to force a punt. So we got our ball back. We got 3rd down in our high red zone here. Got a nice little zig route where you possession catch at the sticks, get that 1st down. So now on a 2nd down here, we're going to roll out, make a great play by Robert Calvin. Great catch, a little toe tap action, but you already know what we're doing here. We love our quarterback, jet power on the goal line. Robert Calvin, the pocket passer, is going to get his I don't know, that might be double digits for rushing touchdowns in the season, just on sneaks and power with him. So, yeah, with that same pocket passer, we're now going to run a little speed option. Throw it out to our guy Sanders there. Get a nice first down, long run. Now to begin the fourth quarter, going to rip that seam ball right over top of that blitzing defender there. But 3rd and 11, I saw what I thought was man coverage and a man beater on the dig there. Just a great buzz play by that safety, dropped it into that hook zone to picked it off for 6. So that makes this game a little bit closer. We got a 10-point lead now after the pick 6, but we run that same play on what actually was man on the next drive to get a great long play off some rack here. But we waste a little bit of clock, kick a little field goal. We got a 2-possession lead. You know, that's great with 2 minutes left, so we're not too angry about some previously bad plays. But another one, you know, we miss a tackle. I think we missed another switch on the wrong guy, but it is what it is. 1 or 2 score lead turns into 1, but we got a nice long run here by Sanders to start our offensive drive. So with that and wasting the clock and the field goal, that's going to be the game for us. 9-point win against Miami of Ohio. So Toledo Rockets are looking the best they've ever looked. Yeah, sitting at 8-2 to have our best record thus far. So I think the best we've ever been is 8-4 or 8-5. So I'm not going to complain with 8-2. But yeah, we're rolling into our next game. I'm just going to kind of let you all know beforehand, this is the Corey Smith game. I have this one labeled in my documents as the Corey Smith game. So you'll see how this one plays out. Yeah, I don't typically like boosting for stats. Sometimes I will. I'm not going to lie if it's a close race for an award. But yeah, to add to that, I don't like to do that, but after a couple huge plays where you'll see a crazy stat line by Corey Smith, I'm like, you know what? Let's try to break some records. So let's get into it. Starting on defense here in this game, we got a 3rd and long. We're going to send the absolute house at them. Yeah, that was almost scary, but regardless, we force a punt. We give it back to our offense here. Now to start our offensive drive, Corey Smith right outside, boom, cut it up the safety, all the way for a 53-yard touchdown. First play of offense, like I said earlier in this Season 3 movie, he does that a lot, first play of the game. So, yeah, great start there by our entire team and Corey Smith for the offense. We read that RPO great. Our man coverage stops it. We got 3rd and long now to where, again, we can send the house, and again, we can stop him in the backfield. So we got our ball back at our own 18. Here he goes, half man, half amazing. I told you about it. Corey Smith's going to have a heck of a game. First play of, our offense was a touchdown, and the second play of our offense was a touchdown. So in about 2 carries, Corey Smith's got about 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. So can't do any better than that, right? So they got 4th and inches now. They're going to go for it down 14, and they're just going to throw a little lollipop over our man coverage defender there. Is what it is. They're going RPO to RPO, and we're able to stop that one to where we can now get in a point to run a little man-to-man, but they run it on 3rd and 10. It's ballsy, but they get it done. So they're on the goal line. They have a huge gap there in their run fits and score it, but Corey Smith's going to get that one right back. So third touchdown. Gosh, he's got to have 200 yards already in 3 touches. So that's insane. Like I said, we're going to try to break some records now. This is about the point when I'm 3 carries for 200 yards in where I'm like, okay, we're going to start boosting the stats. We're going to go for some records here. So you'll see later how much we end up finishing with Corey Smith. It's insane. So, yeah, Temple's going to go for it again on 4th. I could have swore we stopped him short. I looked at this replay. Can't really tell in the bundle of bodies, but they get it. it's whatever. I'm not going to waste the time out to challenge it. So, regardless, it doesn't end up meaning much for them because we got a third and long here. Sorry, I forgot what happened. Yeah, I got mossed here. So, what I thought was a third and long going to lead into a fourth down, they end up getting a touchdown. So, fourth carry, Corey Smith, another 80-yard touchdown. So, I'm pretty sure the number pops up after here. How many he's got after? No, it didn't. After 4 carries, he had like 270 or something, which is just insane. So, 270 yards before halftime. There's even 40 seconds left in the half to where we can get the ball back, get it to him again. Another long run, make a guy miss, get out of bounds. Corey Smith's got 320 yards after 5 carries, so we're just going to keep feeding him, you know what I mean? Little toss out left, cut it upfield, make a guy miss. All the way down to the 7-yard line, 350 yards on 6 carries. We're going to the speed option. We like what we see with just the one edge defender there in the safety. We dish it out to him. Another touchdown for Corey Smith. So he's got about 350 yards and 4 or 5 touchdowns at halftime. So that's insane. We're gonna break some records with him here. So that's kind of the goal for the second half, is to get as much as we can with him. So we're coming out on offense as we started on defense to start the game. Yeah, we got another long run for Corey Smith. One guy away from a touchdown, but 8 rushes for 400 yards. I'm not great at math, but I believe that's 50 yards a carry, so insane thus far. And almost getting in the end zone again, all the way down to the 3, but as you'll see shortly, we're able to get that touchdown back with him anyway, as we dish it out. Just simply outspeed him, you know. So I believe that's the 6th touchdown with Corey Smith. We'll see his stats, you know, to end it. But yeah, they try the long pass on 3rd and long. A great PBU by our defender, and we got our ball back now.
And he can make yards for it.
Sorry, I took a little break from commentating. My cat was yakking, so what do you know? I come back and we got a Corey Smith touchdown. He's got 500 yards and 7 touchdowns. I mean, this guy's insane. Yeah, let's do it. Go Rockets. 3rd and medium now to start the 4th quarter on defense, and I've never done this in my life, but I did it then with a blitzing linebacker and able to pick up the halfback screen. Again, I've never done that, so that's, you know, I'm like, we're learning about ourselves all this entire game. Regardless, we get down to the 1, which gives us a easy Corey Smith touchdown on a counter play. Keep doing it. Keep giving it to the guy. Yeah, down to the 1 with Corey Smith. Can't believe he got hawked there, but you know, he's gassed. He's been running a lot today, but anyway, it's going to be another touchdown for him. I believe that was 9, which is insane. So, great pick there by, number 97, I believe, the defensive end. So, this is just an insane game for us. They end up getting a long touchdown with a minute left to cut the lead to 40-something, so good for them. But yeah, we get an achievement there for beating the record. I believe that's the record at 427 in a game by Samaje Perine. We get 574 yards and 9 touchdowns. And, you know, just about half of that was on the first 4 or 5 carries. So, insane. But we break the rushing record, and you'll see, obviously, here we'll let these play through. We break a ton of records, and yeah, I'm just going to kind of let it go into the Heisman ceremony then. Let you all see how that works out. So, yeah, go Rockets. What a season it's been thus far.
Greetings and welcome to a very special moment on the annual sports calendar. The Heisman Trophy ceremony presented by EA Sports. Inside the Tiburon Theater, I'm Chris Fowler. So proud to bring you Heisman Trophy night every year. So many memories come out of this night. Each of these guys have hung out together, got to know each other better, but ultimately, the night's going to belong to one guy. One name will be read here, and one man will have that life-changing moment and forever be known as a Heisman Trophy winner. These are nervous times for these guys. The announcement just moments away. They've gotten to New York City, not by focusing on it, but once you're here, man, they want to win it. And every past winner has told me this is really a nervous time for them. They're this close to the trophy, but will they get a chance to lift it? It's an honor, of course, to be a finalist. All these guys have enjoyed their experience, but ultimately, the night belongs to one man. We're about to find out who's going to be this season's Heisman Trophy winner. And one more look at this year's Heisman finalist. One of these guys is about to experience a life-changing moment. Okay, we've kept them waiting long enough. All of us want to know who is going to win the trophy for this season. And here we go. This season, the Heisman Memorial Trophy is awarded to senior quarterback out of Toledo. And one final congratulations to the newest member of the Heisman Trophy fraternity. This season will forever be known as his Heisman season.
All right, so as you can see, that's it as far as what we have recorded. You got the end of season recap there with the Cure Bowl, I believe it was. We got, sorry, I'm trying to record this voiceover about 2 seasons after the fact because I'm way behind on editing. So yeah, we end up winning that game, finishing with an 11-2 season. Without a doubt, our best season thus far. 11-2, Heisman winner. Just a phenomenal year for Toledo. And yeah, it's kind of that. Not much else to go over as far as that season goes. But yeah, thanks for watching and keeping up with us. And we will have the season 4 movie out shortly as well. Like I said, I'm a couple seasons after the fact now editing. Because we play faster than we can record and edit. So yeah, thanks for watching all. We'll see you soon.